Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take a look here at Avalanche, getting caught up here. It's been a couple of days. Apologize for the sabbatical or whatever you want to call it. AVAX hasn't really been worth covering because it's been really bearish, pulling back with Bitcoin. So I guess what we can look at here today is just some key fib levels, maybe to understand retracement, and also just understand the best practice for situations like this. Buying the dip is never a good call just because the price is pulling back. Again, spot bag may be a different story, but most people who watch this are trading leverage, and they are finding success if they are patient, right? That's the whole concept. Truth is, we're patient too. Take a look at this here really quick. We took some solid profits here from a near protocol trade of roughly 3 days ago, 25%. Same thing with Solana, 21%, and Bitcoin as well. Granted, those are just 1, 2, and 3 day trades. We took a few just recently, but they're responsible. And what I mean by that is we only ever 10x leverage Bitcoin, and we only ever 5x leverage altcoins. That's the standard, right? So if you're gonna trade AVAX, please do yourself a favor. Use low leverage so you can sustain these kind of prices. It's really interesting, the price action for the most part in the market right now, and it's best to just kind of anticipate worst case scenario until it recovers. So that's what we're going to look at. We're just going to be realistic here and not, never going to fill you with hopium and try to get you to think that AVAX is the best coin ever, because no coin really truly is, even if they're overperforming. That all comes to an end at some point. So let's just be logical, use no emotion, and make sure that we are being the best traders we can, right? Do me a favor, hit the like button before we get started. Let's talk a little bit about liquidation left-hand side. This is 7 days on the left, 30 on the right. We can see there's a chunk of liquidation at about 24.80. So it would make sense that sub $25, we're going to see that soon. Just because I feel Bitcoin is going to retest 70K, possibly lower, that upper 69K range. And if that happens, AVAX will possibly even come down as low as 24. We've got a pretty solid concentration at 24.10 and 24.80. So those are two areas in the last 7 days where people are just like heavy. Okay, why that is the case? Well, in most cases, it's just below local lows, and oftentimes people will feel like that's a good support level. It is a sensible way to put a stop loss in place, or in this case, have a liquidation event. But these are likely late longs here that are late to the party with high leverage. It makes me not frustrated, but just disappointed at how many people do that. That's literally the reason why the market moves so crazy, is because there's so much leverage at any given time. Market makers just having a good old fun time, and most people are getting destroyed because they're just being irresponsible. So don't be another statistic, okay? So $24 down as low as 23. That's that heavy concentration. The local low. So again, liquidation occurs at key support levels. It's not the opposite, right? Support isn't based on liquidation, it's the inverse. So in that sense here, just know that we have a lot of security, that people feel pretty safe at the $24 range. It would make sense for that level to get hit based on the way the market's moving, though, just in that sentiment. However, this is somewhat of a positive here. We do take a look at the liquidation delta for AVAX. We can see there's a lot more shorts than longs in the market right now. I find that to be a good thing, because when that level gets too high for too long, the price will reverse itself. So for right now, it's generally bad because most people are shorting, but it's good because it's going to inevitably come to an end, right? That's generally the concept. Okay, so we take a look at that. We look at our open interest here. It's kind of a little bit sporadic, but we can see 2660 is the heaviest amount in the last 24 to 48 hours for people here. So a lot of people are underwater. Why take it long when Bitcoin hits its all-time high? It makes no sense to me. You want to wait for a bullish backtest of the trend line, the support level, before you consider longs with altcoins. And again, Bitcoin dominance is way too high. There's just not a lot of reasons to take longs right now. Now, 2 days ago, you could argue that. You could probably say that I was wrong, and I was wrong. I told a lot of people not to take longs when Bitcoin was at like 67K. It ran to 73,000 like 24 to 48 hours, and altcoins went bonkers. But there's no reason for it. Literally, every single time frame was like super bearish, and there's just it was very irresponsible to take longs. So it's okay. I don't mind recommending being a responsible trader, even if you miss opportunities. There's nothing wrong with that. So please don't give into FOMO. It's just a really bad thing. Okay, so daily time frame SMAs, we're under the important ones. The 100-day SMAs, this last little line of defense. It really isn't in the first place. I think we're going to probably see the $24 range soon. I mean, we're pretty much there. It's $25 even. We're 1 cent away from $24 range. So what I mean by that is mid to low $24. I think that's seeming likely here. But we do want to recognize there's a support level here. based on daily candlestick closure at 24.90, so we could see a pivot or a bounce there. The price is holding fairly steady right there for the moment. We do take a look though. There's nothing bullish about AVAX. It rejected off 50 in the RSI. We're in a bad / negative scenario here. There's nothing bullish here where we can, propose a long with confidence. Now, leading into this, I could totally get like the inclination to want to take a long at $27, but you don't break out trade in this market, folks. You have to take trades responsibly, wait for it to retest that resistance as a support, and then you trade. You don't just trade into a resistance level because you feel it's going to break and Bitcoin has a lot of momentum. That's what FOMO does for people, and that's what euphoria and emotional trading is all about. Market makers know that. They're using logic when they trade. I do too as well, and people that don't usually get destroyed, okay? Again, easy to say, I get it, but try your best to disconnect yourself from feeling emotional about your trades. It's a nowhere road. Anyways, the whole concept here on the daily time frame is that we're truly bearish, no other way around it. $25 on the 4-hour time frame, is that going to hold? Well, maybe. We saw 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 attempts of this area of $25 to get tested previously. The more often you test a support, the more likely it is to break. Again, shorting right into a support doesn't make a ton of sense, so don't do that yet. What you want to do is you wait for the price to come down, come back up, and effectively bounce off that level. That's when you consider a short, okay? So we're not there yet, all right? It's okay, no worries. No need to force a trade, it's not there. 4-hour time frame, we're underneath all moving averages. We're getting to the sweet spot here, though. However, that is a common bouncing point. If Bitcoin holds 70,000 range, 70 to 71K, we're due to see a natural correction to the upside for AVAX. Most coins are exuding this behavior, Near Protocol being one of those, where the price action is likely to bounce off that level. And I mentioned Near Protocol because we secured profits on that trade a little earlier because it's just an abundance of caution. Because a lot of times you'll see dead cat bounces when the RSI hits 30 and the money flow index hits 20. Okay, it's just that natural overreaction where people feel like it's a good value all of a sudden. We're really close to support, I'm going to buy the dip. That's how people do it, okay? Generally speaking, it's short-lived, but it could happen. What we could see here is a bounce up to the fair value gap to break back down after testing this descending trend line unsuccessfully. Again, you do not trade into this. You trade here. If you're going to take a long, you break the descending trend first. Establish higher highs and higher lows. That's the concept. I talk about this in my trading university. You'd be surprised how many people do not watch those videos and they're part of my community. Please watch those videos, folks. It's really simple. You log into the website or you click on this link here. Simple to use. Easy stuff. Okay? Check it out. It's awesome. Quick congrats to our community too as well for some nice profits on Near, 25%, 21% from Solana, another 21% for Bitcoin. Again, those were just shorts that we took 2 or 3 days ago. Bitcoin short was yesterday, but I'm bringing those to your attention because they're 5x to 10x leverage trades. They're low leverage. They're safe. And we didn't get destroyed when the price ran up the other day. We survived and averaged into our position. Okay, so $25 on the 4-hour time frame. Not much else to note here, folks. This is truly a bearish scenario. There's zero reason to consider taking a long. The only time you want to take a long, as I mentioned before, is if we break above these descending trends, which generally speaking, the 50 and the 20-day SMA run concurrent with that. We break through, we bounce off that 0.5 fib. I think 25.65 would be a solid consideration for a long after we've broken free from that range and establish that as a new low. A lot of times you'll see a bearish backtest of the ascending trend line and the price continue higher. All right, let's go to the hourly and confirm. We are truly bearish. There's zero reasons to take a long position, okay? So I don't care if you take a long right now and you have super success and you're gonna comment below and talk about how wrong I was. There's nothing wrong about recommending best practice and just, helping people make better decisions. So the truth is the price could and very well should bounce from here. But a lot of that is hinged on the success of Bitcoin or lack thereof. If that doesn't hold its current level, we're probably going to see further downside. So why don't we wait to find a better entry and consider pumping the brakes until then, okay? That's kind of my thoughts. What you should do too as well, this is just strictly some friendly advice, is just make sure you're using a good exchange, using good risk tolerance. We do and are partnered with Bitunix. Links down below for this, folks. Check out the volume ranking rewards. We got some really cool promotion for the month of November, and this is an option available to anyone who's already used my link to register, or if you decide to use it moving forward. Links down below for that. They are awesome though. They've been great to our community. No KYC or VPN. So again, using that and potential playout charts also helpfull too. Future reference, I do have those as well, where I kind of give you scenarios on what I feel is going to happen and work well here. So that's generally the concept here. All right, folks, it's all there for you. Make sure to use it. Don't squander it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We look forward to the next one. Take care.